Dear friends, NASA's Near-Earth Object Research Center recently announced an object named 2020 SO just flew past Earth at a very close distance, equivalent to only 13% of the distance from Earth to the Moon. This event occurred at 1550 on December 1, 2020.
The special thing is that this object is not an asteroid or meteorite as we commonly see.
So what is this mysterious object and where did it come from? Please watch today's video to find the answer.
Wishing you an enjoyable viewing. Don't forget to subscribe to the Oddity Odyssey channel and turn on the bell.
Now, let's explore together. Earth, the common home of all living beings, including humans, is the only place known to have life up to the present time.
Having gone through over 4.5 billion years in the past, Earth has also been bombarded by many meteorites and asteroids.
They have caused significant impacts on life on Earth, and these uninvited guests are always one of the most unpredictable dangers from the universe. However, in some rare cases, these dangerous objects are not meteorites or asteroids. The recent case is an example. According to NASA's CNEOS, Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, an object named 2020 SO just skimmed past Earth at an extremely close distance. It was only 50,863 kilometers away from Earth at 1550 on December 1, 2020. Compared to the 384,000 kilometers distance between the Moon and Earth, this object skimmed past Earth at a distance equivalent to only 13% of the Earth-Moon distance. Although this is still a safe distance, it seems Earth just narrowly escaped a close call. According to estimates, this object has a diameter of about 4.5 to 10 meters. It was first discovered by the Pan-STARRS Observatory in Hawaii on September 17, 2020. 2 days later, the Minor Planet Center confirmed this discovery. Initially, scientists thought it was likely an asteroid or a meteorite. But scientists at the CNEOS suspected that 2020 SO might not be a normal asteroid. Paul Chodas, director of CNEOS, speculated that the object 2020 SO might not be an asteroid, but rather the Centaur rocket booster from NASA's failed Surveyor 2 lunar mission launched on September 20, 1966. He drew this conclusion after using a computer model to run the object's orbit backward to understand its past trajectory through space.
Chodas noted that the object had flown relatively close to Earth several times in recent decades.
One simulation of 2020 SO's trajectory showed it came very close to Earth and the Moon in late September 1966. With its relatively low speed and orbital plane, it also indicated that it was not of natural origin. 2020 SO was captured by Earth's gravity on November 8, 2020. Calculations revealed it would orbit our planet as a temporary satellite until March 2021 before entering a new orbit around the Sun. When 2020 SO approached Earth, astronomers observed it to determine if it was a piece of space debris from the 1960s. After observations and analysis, observers concluded that 2020 SO was indeed the Centaur rocket booster from NASA's Surveyor 2 lunar mission. It was launched on September 20, 1966. And now, let's go back in time to 1966 to see what happened to this spacecraft. On February 3, 1966, the Soviet spacecraft Luna 9 became the first spacecraft to land softly on the Moon's surface. A few months later, Surveyor 1 also launched to collect lunar data. It successfully landed on the Moon on June 2, 1966, and transmitted valuable image data back to Earth. The Surveyor 2 spacecraft was the second in the Surveyor program. It was launched on September 20, 1966, from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on an Atlas Centaur rocket. Surveyor 2 was designed to land softly on the moon and take pictures of the lunar surface. To characterize the lunar terrain for the Apollo program's lunar landing missions. In addition to taking photos, Surveyor 2 was planned to capture images beneath its own landing site. It was also equipped to return data on the radar reflectivity of the lunar surface, the bearing strength of the lunar surface, and spacecraft temperature for use in analyzing lunar surface temperatures. However, the spacecraft failed. The proposed target landing area was Sinus Medi, a region near the center of the moon and closest to Earth. During the mid-course correction for landing, one thruster failed to ignite, causing an imbalance in thrust.
As a result, the spacecraft tumbled during its remaining 54 hours.
Efforts to salvage the mission failed. Contact with the spacecraft was lost at 9:35 on September 22, 1966. It crashed near the Copernicus crater on the moon. The Centaur rocket used to launch Surveyor continued on its original trajectory around the moon.
Place it into an orbit around the sun similar to Earth's orbit.
Since that moment, the control unit has no longer been able to control it. In August 2020, NASA announced the detection of a strange object in orbit around the sun, which could fly close to Earth for a short period. By September 23, 2020, NASA announced that this could be a missing Centaur rocket and might return to Earth's orbit. And indeed, after 14 years of drifting in space, they approached Earth at an extremely close distance.
It was only about 50,863 kilometers away from Earth.
I don't know how you feel, but personally, Haiyan finds this rocket quite pitiful. Its spacecraft failed to complete its mission, and it itself was abandoned alone in space.
Its autonomous return to Earth's orbit is an extremely rare occurrence. Observers revealed that this is the second time a rocket has exhibited similar behavior.
The first rocket recorded was the Saturn V, launched during the Apollo 12 mission, which returned to Earth's orbit in 2002. Leaving rockets in space after launch is not uncommon. This not only wastes resources but also turns these rockets into space debris.
It is estimated that about 160 million pieces of debris are orbiting Earth, and this number will continue to rise in the future.
Object 2020 SO is one of them, dangerous not only if it accidentally enters Earth's atmosphere, but also potentially catastrophic if it collides with another spacecraft. No one can foresee the consequences if these objects hit the International Space Station ISS, where humans live in space.
Therefore, the issue of space debris is one of the top concerns for the scientific community.
They monitor these artificial objects day and night to avoid collisions. Perhaps organizations and countries should establish common regulations for handling space debris to prevent unfortunate incidents in the future. Recently, scientists announced that the first space debris cleanup mission will be carried out in 2025, seen as a pioneering task paving the way for subsequent activities. Space Debris Cleanup Plan 2025. Visit After this approach, it will enter an orbit around the Sun and then be considered a space object.
It's also possible that in the near future, it will again have an orbit close to Earth.
And of course, scientists must still be cautious about what they have left in space.
So today, TOT2B and you explore the newly identified object flying near Earth.
This is not an asteroid or meteorite, but actually part of a rocket from 1966.
Wishing you an enjoyable video.
Now, please choose the video on the left or right side of the screen to explore other mysteries of the universe with TOT2B. See you in the next videos. Goodbye. Subscribe to the Gian MI Go channel so you don't miss exciting videos.